Hello and welcome to Cars at 100, and on today's review I have a 2020 Nissan Altima SR. We're gonna look at this car from the outside, look at this car on the inside, and let's see what this car has to offer in terms of its economy and sportiness. So let's not waste any more time and let's jump into it. Okay, let's check out this car from the outside first. As you can see, this is a customer's car already. As you can see, the front lights, really nice distinctive Nissan design, V-shaped grille, and we have some turn signals down there. Everything is LED. You have xenon headlights and you have daytime running lights as well, also in terms of like a check mark or like a check style. And also you have an adaptive cruise control in this car, as you can see by this Nissan logo that is covered with the plastic on top of it. And we have a very nice design. In terms of the design, Nissan has been shaping this car throughout the years, and now it's a very mature looking car, and it competes with Honda Accord Sport and Toyota Camry as well. So if we go around, we see these sporty wheels that come only on SR package of this car. So if you want to get these sporty wheels, I mean the rims, they look very sharp, but you have 235/40 R 19-inch rim basically, and very nice Hankook tire on this rim as well. So as you can see, it also sits very flush with the rim, implying a very nice sporty nature of it. And if we go around, we see this design, very distinctive Japanese design by Nissan, and we have a keyless entry, keyless go, of course, on this car, and we have some chrome accents here. Overall, it's a very distinctive design by Nissan. It distinguishes itself from the Toyota and Honda, and you'll know that this is a Nissan when it's driving on the road. Very mature lines, and we have a very unique design in terms of the wheels. Very wide wheels for this type of car. You don't really get this type of a huge rim, but on the sport version of these cars, you kind of expect that, and Nissan delivers. If we go around, we have LED rear lights as well. We have a dual exhaust, and we have all-wheel drive. You can option this car with all-wheel drive. You can also get VC turbo on this car, but only front-wheel drive version of this car. And SR is the badge. As you can see, it's a sporty package of any Nissan, and Altima also gets that package. This is a very nice distinctive line overall. Throughout the design and roof of this car, you kind of see two materials here: plastic, black plasticky material, and chrome. But it's a very distinctly integrated into the shape of the body, where you can see how roof almost floats. But if this car was a white car, you could see how that black would distinguish that roof. Would be like kind of like a hat for this car. It's a very unique way to do the design. And we have this line here, very unique line, kind of implying that this is a front-wheel drive nature of this car. It's an all-wheel drive, but front bias, so you have a front wheels driving first, and then if need be the rears will connect because it's all-wheel drive car. And you have a black side mirror caps to imply also SR package of this car. So let's jump inside. In order to enter this car, we have a key fob, of course. This key fob is a Nissan key fob. This key fob has been with Nissan for a while now. I think it's time for the key fob redesign. And you have a Nissan logo up top. You have a remote start on this car, lock, unlock, hold for trunk release, and panic button. You can keep this key fob in your pocket for your convenience, and you can lock the car and unlock the car with the same button. There is no sensor behind the door open the handle. And when you open the car like this, as you can see, you are greeted with these very nice door cards. Overall, you have stitching here on this leatherette material. This is a leatherette mixed with cloth material, which I will show you in a little bit. And you have this carbon fiber, faux carbon fiber looking plastic here as well. Automatic up and down only on the driver's side, not on the passenger sides in terms of the windows. And you have this same plasticky carbon fiber look on this material as well. You have a nice door opener handle. This is a soft touch material. In this segment, it's kind of important for cars to have a soft touch upper deck of the window door cards. You have a blind spot monitoring. This will light up orange when you have car in your blind spot. But overall, you have windows controls, mirror controls here as well, side mirrors. We have a very nice book pocket here, as well as the bottle holder. As you can see, we have regular speakers on this car. You can also get both sound system when you get an upper level of this car in terms of the trim, if you get SL version of this car. You can also see that you have controls for these seats as well. This is automatic seating, and we have these seats, very nice seats. In terms of the bolstering, somewhat bolstered seats on the bottom and on the top a little bit as well. Overall, you sit very snug in these seats, and they are comfortable. The most important, they are comfortable. You have this orange kind of a feel, orange piping, and orange stitching and orange line here, implying that this is a SR version of this car. This is how it distinguishes itself from the other trims on the lineup. And as you can see, it's a pretty roomy entrance into this car. It kind of reminds you of an SUV as well. So if we jump inside, as you can see, it's very comfortable, and first impression is that this car is a very usable car, very daily car. And if we close the door, very good solid feel on the doors. Kind of feels like it's a mix between economy and sporty, but at the same time it's a very nice usable car in your hands, and you know that you can use this car every day. And if we start the car, we have a start engine and stop button here as well, stop button. And when we start this car, as you can see, we have a revolving speedo and tach. So you can see that it's a very nice display in the middle as well. There are many options that this display gives you. You can manipulate that display with these buttons on the steering wheel on the left. You have volume controls here as well. You have a track skip as well. And there's other features, many features in this car that would be very beneficial for the driver in terms of the feedback that car will give to him or her. And this is something that you know, I think every car needs to have. You also get the pedal shifters on this car, which is very unique and very solid feeling pedal shifters, very nicely feeling pedal shifters, one of the best pedal shifters I've felt. And I think very intuitive in terms of how they kind of hug your fingers, in terms of wrap around your fingers, and it feels really nice to shift. Overall, you have a tilt and telescopic steering wheel as well in this car. And if you kind of a driver that is a tall driver for this car, it feels very nice in this car in terms of what it is, and you sit low in this car. In terms of the sportiness, I think this car nails it. One thing that is kind of a very mixed feeling is CVT transmission that comes on this car. Many people have felt kind of a halfway in terms of liking it, and those who didn't like it really didn't like it. And I think this is something that Nissan needs to kind of address. The feeling of the shifter is very economy type. It doesn't feel expensive, but at the same time, this is not an expensive car. Overall, you have cruise control options here. This car comes with the adaptive cruise control as well. It's a soft feeling car as well. It's a very solid car. Nissan does a very good job making these cars in turn for their price to be perfect for their price. And I think this is what cars should be in this price range. This is how they should feel, like this Nissan Altima. And you have very good infotainment, kind of a tablet style here, and you have a touch screen, of course, and you have a volume and tune knobs here. We have this climate control options here. This is no automatic climate control options on this car, but you can option automatic climate control options. There is no wireless charging. You have just two USB ports in. You have a Type C and a regular Type A USB. You also have the options here for this transmission in terms of the shift. You don't have sport mode, you have only low mode on this car. So if we talk about this middle section here, as you can see, the iPhone 8 fits in this cup holder here as well. And we have this carbon fiber faux looking material like we saw on the door cards here, continuing in the middle of the trim. You have the stitching here, which is a very unique way to put the soft padded material here, because your foot rests in this section. We have an automatic parking brake here as well, so that's really good as well. You don't have a handle for the parking brake anymore. This is a newer generation of vehicles. And you have storage here, so the storage in this car is really good. It's pretty roomy in terms of the storage, and you can put this back and forth. This is for coins, I guess. And if we talk about this middle screen as well, this middle screen has many options in terms of the safety and usability in terms of driving this car on the road. So you have many different features that this car has that you can manipulate through that middle display. So that's a very, very useful feature as well. So let's check out the back seats. So in terms of the back seats, as you can see, it's a very roomy entrance to these back seats, and as you can see, it's a plenty of space here, and we have a very kind of a cushiony soft touch material in terms of the cloth material. If we jump inside, there's a very nice sitting position. The seat is almost all the way back, and I still have a little bit leg room. You also have here for charging Type C and Type A USB connections, and overall I would say it's a plenty of space in the back here as well. Let's check out the trunk space on this car. As you can see, there's a plenty of trunk space in this car. You can also drop down these rear seats as well, so you have more space, and overall I think it's plenty of space for this type of car in this trunk. And I would say that you can fit two golf bags here. This section is a little bit small, but it's not that small for comparison to the other automakers on the market. Let's check out what's under the hood. I hope you enjoyed today's review of this 2020 Nissan Altima SR. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Stay loving cars.